Welcome to Biooptics and Nanophotonics Laboratory of Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Kolkata. The lab was established by Professor Nirmallo Ghosh in 2009. The research objective of this lab is mainly focused on the polarization optics. Using the polarization property of light, the group has studied many fundamental aspects of physics and developed some real-life applications. Now, let us welcome Professor Nirmallo Ghosh, the group leader of the lab, who is the only Indian recipient of the prestigious G.G. Stokes Award given by SPIE, the International Society for Optical Engineering. Let's hear a few words from Professor Ghosh.
Hi, I am Nirmallo Ghosh from Biooptics and Nanophotonics Research Laboratory at Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Kolkata. So at this bioNap laboratory, we work on various aspects of light-matter interactions. So this bioNap laboratory is affiliated to Department of Physical Sciences and also Center of Excellence in Space Sciences in India, that is CESI. We are also associated with Center for Advanced Functional Materials of IISER Kolkata. So the research theme of our bioNap lab is centered on light-matter interaction, particularly on the use of optical polarization. As you know that polarization is related to many fundamental discoveries of physics, but it is also related to many applications in diverse branches of science and technology. So in our lab we work in both these aspects, both on the fundamental aspects and also on the applications. So in the fundamental aspects we work on spin-orbit interaction of light, weak measurements, etc. And on applications we work particularly for the development of novel optical polarization methods for material characterization to even applications in the observational astronomy. So this particular work, which we have done in collaboration with Professor Molar in the Department of Chemical Sciences Department. So the crystals that we are talking about, these self-healing crystals, were synthesized at Professor Molar's lab, and this self-healing property was also observed by Professor Molar and his students. And then we used polarized light to understand also the self-healing mechanism and to quantify it. As you know that this kind of piezoelectric crystals, so the piezoelectric property is a property of certain kind of materials. When you apply pressure or if they are subjected to mechanical stress, so they generate electricity. So at the heart of this effect is the change in the crystalline structure, that is permanent change in the crystalline structure, which results in change in the polarization. So this macroscopic polarization leads to generation of the surface charges, and which is actually at the heart of this self-healing mechanism that has been observed by Professor Molar and his students. So we used basically a custom designed polarization microscopy setup, which is here, to study this effect. So this particular technique, which we called polarization Molar matrix measurements, so we coupled it to a very special kind of dark field microscope. Using this setup, we could actually characterize the changes, that is the structural changes that is taking place in the crystal, even in the nanometer length scales. So that way we could correlate the changes in the crystal structure to the mechanism, that is the piezoelectric mechanism for the self-healing of these crystals. Now coming back to its applications, of course this kind of self-healing materials have many applications in diverse branches of science, technology and also in daily life. As you know that piezoelectric crystals have many daily life applications, and this particular property, which is that it can heal itself, so that could be a revolutionary thing that can lead to a revolutionary thing in many applications, including daily life to industrial applications. And for example, piezoelectric materials are used as actuators, sensors, transducers, etc., where this particular material, which shows amazing self-healing property, can be very useful. But in addition to that, because we are scientists who work in the domain of optics, that is with light, so this kind of materials, which also had showed very strong polarization response and nonlinear optical response can also lead to novel kind of photonic devices, integrated photonic devices. So currently we are actually studying various other optical properties of these materials, and we hope that in future this could lead to development of new type of photonic devices in addition to many other applications of this kind of piezoelectric crystals. Thank you.